Thanks for sticking around for our next video, and thanks for being a member of MORHA. So today I want to talk about channels and teams, the places that we can break down our workflow and communicate with the correct people. There's a few ways to manage this and a handful of tools that are helpful throughout this process, so let's hop in. So first, you can see over here on the side, we have the various teams that somebody is connected to. They can only see teams that they've been invited to, and each of those teams can be broken down into a handful of subgroups. It will normally create general as the first one, which functions as a chat. So a lot of organizations will have a starting channel that will be the name of the organization and then broken down by department. So this might be department 1, department 2, department 3, so we don't overlap information. And this helps people not get overloaded with way too much info all at once. So to create one of these channels, you go down here and you can see the people in the plus button. You can create or join a team here. So this will allow you to create a new team, or if you have a code that someone has given you, you can join it from that direction. You can also, and once you've created it, you'll have one right here like I do where it says example. You can go with these 3 buttons right here. You can hide it so that you can't see it. And what's important here is manage team. So we go to manage team. This is where I'm able to have control over who is in it and who has access to this information. So I go right here and plus add member and type in the email address of the individual I want to add. Depending on your organization, this might be only people in the organization, or you might have the ability to add guests. I tend to like having the ability to add guests because this allows me to work with people who aren't in the organization. But remember, if you do this, they will have access to those files that this team has. So you can add those and you can manage your team here. You'll have a list of the members and guests, and you'll be able to change people's role. A member is somebody who can just interact with the content. An owner is somebody who can change, add people, and alter the group in and of itself. We also have tags. So tags we can create, such as example. And once we have this tag in there, we can add those to people. And those tags are a way to interact with various people in the group. So for example, I have a tag called intern that I give to each intern, or you might have a tag that says consumer, or a tag that says doctor, so on and so forth. And where that's important is that when we're going over here, and this is now where we can chat. So I can send messages, but normally people aren't going to read every single message. These can sometimes get rather cumbersome. There can be a lot of information. But if I want to make sure that somebody sees a message, I am going to say @ and then I can type in their name and it will make sure it goes and pushes to them. Or I can use that tag that I just used. And so if I use that tag, everybody who has been tagged as example or intern or doctor will get a push notification with the message. So that will show up on their screen. They will get a notification in their activity bar that they have been contacted with information. So we can make as many of these channels or teams as we would like. I usually recommend one large channel for the organization broken down into smaller groups, or sorry, one large team broken down to smaller channels, as well as some channels for really specific stuff, because this will also create different places to hold information. Now, if I want to add another channel, so I have that general, if I want to add another channel, I would click this button and just type it in, and I can auto make sure that people are connected to it. I can also make things either standard so everyone can see it, or private. Private, if I only want HR or certain members of the team to be able to see it, is where I'm going to use that function. It will create that channel. We'll give it a second. And then you can start adding people to it already. So this is locked. Only people who have been invited can see in it. And in this corner, you'll also see there's a place to host files. We will come back to that later as we have another video specifically on files. So this creates the team chat area. And that's where we want to go next. So now that we've created our teams and we created our channels, we want to communicate with each other. So in the next video, we're going to break that down. Again, thanks for being an MORHA member, and I'll catch you in the next video.